Hey guys, alright, so, we have the last day. It was the last day today. It was a short day. It was a very, very short day. I don't have any notes really. I just have some comments. So, day 23, last day of trial. What do we got? We had one final rebuttal witness, which was the hand doctor of Johnny Depp's. And then he rested. Then we had a forensic expert to rebut the forensic expert from Johnny for the photos. And from what I'm getting, the rebuttal witnesses are basically contradicting each other, which is the point. I didn't really get much out of him. And Dr. Hughes comes on. I really got nothing to say. I mean, basically, she was crossed by Dennison, and he basically proved that she wasn't following the instructions that she laid out in that booklet that she first provided to us. First showed when she first testified. Like the handbook that she uses to analyze IPV victims and all that jazz. That was basically it. I mean, like, it wasn't like a really strong day for Amber. But then Amber takes the stand. So her demeanor completely changed, and it was really irritating. So this time she was actually questioned by Rottenborn, which I thought was interesting, and actually a little bit more pleasant to listen to, because if it was Elena, it's like nails on a chalkboard. But so it was more pleasant to listen to, but as soon as she got on the stand, it was waterworks. And I'm saying this because she doesn't cry. There's no tears. But it was very emotional. Like, it was like right out of the gate emotional. Okay, here we go. That's how this is gonna go. And I understand why she wanted to get on the stand. I mean, Johnny had his time, so it's her time too. Totally understand. And it's her rebuttal case for her counterclaim, so I completely, that's, the stand is yours. Absolutely, go right ahead. She was saying some heinous things about, like, death threats and, threats to her baby and things like that, and, like, how which is appalling. It's, like, absolutely appalling. Not that she said it, but if that is actually happening, it's disgusting. No matter how much you hate someone or how much you dislike someone or whatever, like, I don't like when people lie about things like this. I really don't. However, death threats and life-threatening things, death threats, attack threats on her baby, like, that's just disgusting. Don't be gross. Leave it alone. You don't like her opinion, you don't like her, fine, unfollow her, unsubscribe, whatever you have to do, okay? But do not, like, this is not cool. Death threats of any kind, any sort of negative campaign in that aggressive era or area, not okay. It's not okay. It's just not okay. So don't do that. Anyway, so she was saying things like that, and if it's not true and she made that up, I don't know what's worse. I don't think she'd make that up because she's using her baby, and I really hope that she's not making that up. But so she went into that, and then she got crossed by Camille. Yay, cross boss Camille. She got crossed by Camille, and Camille hammered a lot of hits, and, like, right out of the gate, there was a little bit of empathy for Amber in a certain way, but I'm gonna let that slide. Camille was kind of bringing out all of the impeachments that the previous witnesses provided for Amber. Amber basically inferred that everyone was lying, everyone was a yes man, or they were coming out of the woodwork. That included Kate Moss and Ben King. They came out of the woodwork to help a powerful man like Johnny. Johnny's got that power. It was very much about the power. And Camille hit a couple things. She's like, really? Kate Moss came out of the woodwork to testify and basically perjure themselves? Like, she really brought it home, the whole perjury thing. or the idea of perjury and going to jail. Like, she was just like, yeah, all of these people are lying for Johnny, for you. Like, it was just kind of like, or like to, lying to protect Johnny, like to get you off, to get you out of here type of scenario. You know what I mean? I'm tired. It's like past 1:30 in the morning. But she really hammered that in. And Amber, of course, wanted to run her show, and she did the narrative, and it was just kind of like, hey, you need to, like, Camille was trying to rein her back. But anywho, so that was done. Like, it was just kind of like nonstop with that, and then she just kind of like, Camille had a final question in regards to her, in regards to lying and like getting caught out. She was talking about a picture that there was two different pictures. Two of the same pictures, but they were exhibits marked for different days. One was October of like just 2020 or something like that, and the other one was 2021 or so, 2016, and then the other one was like 2015, October 2015, and then May 2016, something like that. It's very close together, but different dates and different years. And then Amber's like, oh, I'm supposed to remember that after 5 years of being abused. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's like, you presented it. You presented these as evidence for this time. For this incident, this was the bottle, but it was the exact same picture as another date. So which is it? She's like, well, I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to know? Why don't you check the metadata? It's like, well, we would check the metadata if you provided the metadata. But you didn't provide the metadata, so then it was just, oh my God. And then she's like, there's mountains of evidence. There's mountains and mountains and mountains of evidence. And then it's like, where the fuck is it? All of this mountain of evidence. Don't say that the lawyers handed everything that you gave over. Okay, well, the evidence that you're showing does not correlate with the stories that you're telling. So where the fuck is the evidence that you're talking about? And then she, it was, of course, she brought up the makeup again. You can't say this because of the makeup, blah, 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 because she brought up a picture of her and Raquel Pennington and Josh Drew the day after, who stated the day after she went to get the tiara with the bruise on her face, and the bruise was gone. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, well, no, I was wearing makeup. It's like, so the only day that you weren't wearing makeup was when you went to get your TRO, and you're saying that you didn't tip off TMZ to know that you were at the courthouse, and you didn't pose, and you didn't, like, it was just like, it was too coincidental. And she's like, no, I don't know who the TMZ guy is, I don't know who the manager is, everyone's lying, blah, 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 blah. That was the inference. Oy. It just gets old. It gets old. And she's like, run up the rails, and then she talked about the op-ed again. She goes, and like blaming Johnny about talking about Johnny being powerful. And it's like, this is what I was writing about. Johnny being the powerful man, and everyone doing things for him, and being the yes man for him as a powerful man. And he's like, all like, it was just sort of like, so you did write the op-ed about Johnny. It wasn't about all men, but about Johnny, the powerful man, Johnny. Ugh. So hopefully that comes up in closing tomorrow. We have jury instructions, and that's it. I'm just gonna be done with that, because we ended up at 12, and then it went to jury instructions. They formulated all the jury instructions, and then closing tomorrow for 2 hours. So jury instructions about an hour, from what I understand, and then closing for 2 hours each. So it goes plaintiff, defense, but she gets a really small amount to defend her counterclaim, and that's it. So we shall see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow after. Can you imagine if the jury deliberated and they just like came back? We'll talk about what the verdict should be, or what the verdict is later. Have a good day.